Dodgers have had a couple contributions from some big name players on this team that people might not be talking about enough. In a quick series preview with the Padres on this edition of Something from My Kitchen presented by All Dodgers. We'll figure out a title later. My name is Kevin, and you can follow me on Twitter at Skinner7. Kevin, if you like anything I have to say in this video, go ahead, click that like button, and subscribe. If you don't like anything I have to say in this video, just dislike and subscribe. Either way, if you like or don't like what I have to say, or if you don't like this video, we always want to hear from you. So please go ahead and leave a comment below letting us know your thoughts on the team and kind of the state of the Dodgers in general. The first guy I want to talk about is Clayton Edward Kershaw, the future Hall of Famer, future first ballot Hall of Famer, recently twirled a gem in St. Louis where he's had some success in his past. 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts, and no walks issued in that outing against St. Louis. It brings his season ERA down to a 4.35, which also, though, gives him, importantly, a 2.7 ERA over his last 4 starts. I know those are kind of a lot of numbers. The big key takeaway from there, though, is the no walks issued. He was kind of dealing with a little bit of a bug with the walks. He seems to have at least tapered those back. I think that's the key to his success, not allowing free runners on base paths. He is still giving up contact, which is fine. Stuff is not where it used to be. But if he can limit those free passes, I think that's just going to bode well for him and the team, obviously, going forward. So it's arguably his best start of the year. And his other best start of this year also came, importantly, on 4 days rest. I think this is something that could play and could factor into the Dodgers' planning going forward. We've talked a lot. There's a good portion of people who know how routine-oriented Clayton Kershaw is. He's a guy that kind of has everything down to the minute, down to the day. 4 days rest is what he's used to doing. I know the Dodgers really want to push for that 6-man rotation, but with how important Clayton Kershaw is going to need to be down the stretch, they might want to keep him on that 4 days of rest plan if they're going to get this level of Clayton Kershaw. If they're going to continue to get, 5-6 innings pitched of good ball, I don't see a reason why they should alter and keep him on a 5 days rest when he's doing better on 4 days rest. Now, I know a lot of people aren't going to be excited about big contributions and Clayton Kershaw being used in the same sentence, but that's just where we're at these days. There's just been so many injuries to the rotation. Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, Roki Sasaki, to name a few. We don't know when these guys are coming back. So having Kershaw step in and kind of be, the number 2 right now, realistically, behind Yoshinobu Yamamoto, I think everybody would be okay with that right now. But if you told them at the beginning of the year that he was going to have to be the number 2, I think people's heads would explode. However, I have full faith in the future Hall of Famer. When he's healthy, it's not even when he's right. It's just when he's healthy, when he feels good. All the dude does is get outs, limit runs, and that's all you need. That's what you expect from a pitcher, and he's the best ever at limiting runs. So I'm excited to see what more they have. I'm excited to see what they do with him. Do they keep him on 4 days rest? Do they push him to 5 days? Let me know if you noticed that, and if they should continue him on 4 days rest or 5 days rest down below. Second guy I want to talk about really fast is Mookie Betts. Told you these were 2 big names. Mookie Betts, the former MVP, the best player in the World Series run last year, has quietly been heating up at the plate. We know he's been struggling at the plate because of an illness he suffered earlier in the year, and he fractured his toe. It's been a rough couple of months for Marcus Lynn Betts. He's currently at a 124 WRC+, which is not great for Mookie. It would be his worst mark since 2017. I just say that because let's take a second to appreciate how damn good Mookie Betts has been in his career, not just with the Dodgers, which he's arguably, outside of that 2018 season, he's given some serious sustained excellence with the Dodgers, but worst mark since 2017. All the guy does is show up and just bang. It's been a treat to watch as a Dodgers fan, but that's still a low mark for him. He has quietly been heating up, though. He's 11 for his last 25 with 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. That's good for a 1.121 OPS. If you push that back a little further, he has a 901 OPS. If you break it down into months, in the month of May, he had a 112 WRC+. So far in the early goings of June, he's got a 220 WRC+. All that means is he's playing a lot better at the plate. He's seeing the ball better. I think everybody can kind of notice he's taking better at bats. using all sides of the field. He's, pushing it to the right field when he needs to. But we do know Mookie's at his best when he's elevating the ball to the pull side. He did get that solo home run in the last game against the Cardinals. We love to see that. It was also really cool to see Oral Hershiser kind of basically call out that home run and say, this is what Mookie needs to see. Mookie saw it, and Mookie he put it over the fence. We love that. Another one last number kind of want to point out. He has a 200 ISO in the month of June, which means really he's showing more power at the plate. Now, it would still be a low mark for him. Usually he's in that 230 to 240 range. We know the athleticism, the bat speed has been tapering off a little bit, so he may not ever get to that 230, 240, 260 mark, but 200 ISO is a lot better than where he was leading into the month. So I think he's kind of finally getting his legs under him. I'm really excited to see what Mookie Betts is going to do at the plate. And the reason I say that is because it's what he's doing on the field with the glove. Is the Mookie Betts experience, I've been saying it all offseason, was you give the guy an offseason, let's see what he can do at shortstop. And it has really panned out for the Dodgers. Right now, he's fifth among shortstops in defensive runs saved with 4, and he's 3 outs above average, which is tied for 6th. And then he also has a fielding percentage of .985, which, again, puts him 5th. So basically, most metrics you have him, most defensive metrics, which if you ask anybody, can be a little wonky. They're not to be trusted, but when you have 3 different metrics that all put him in the top 5, just kind of shows you what he's capable of doing, and kind of that it points to him being good in the field. And really, if you look at the guys he's kind of paired with, he's really the only one, or he's one of a couple that are really putting together strong defensive performances and strong offense at the same time. You have a guy like Nick Allen who he's absolutely balling on the field, but he needs a little bit of work at the plate. The only other guys that are really doing offense and defense combined like Mookie Betts is Bobby Witt Jr., who's in a stratosphere of his own right now. That kid is insane. And Geraldo Perdomo is also playing very well. But Mookie Betts is really putting that total package together. And really what this means is he doesn't need to be 2023 or 2022 Mookie Betts at the plate. If he's just an above average hitter, even if he just sits at 124 WRC plus for the rest of the year, if he continues that mark and keeps playing this level of defense where it's been stellar. The throws have been on point. He's ranging to his left really well. He looks really comfortable. If he's pairing those two things together, he's one of the most valuable players in the league. And that's what we want from him. And right now, if you really think about it, he's probably a better shortstop than he is at right field. And having Mookie be a good shortstop really helps this Dodgers team out moving forward. Because if he's the shortstop, if he's there for 4 or 5 more years, for the rest of this contract, man, they don't have to worry about shortstop anymore. Now they can focus on the outfield, the second base, the corners. It's easier to find those positions outside of center field than it is, a shortstop, a catcher. So to have, catcher, shortstop locked up long term, excellent. If it allows Ha-Seong Kim to play in center field, I know, way out of left field, no pun intended, Ha-Seong Kim reference. But if it lets Ha-Seong Kim play in center field more, get his feet under him, and now all of a sudden you got shortstop, center field, catcher locked up, it gives this team a lot of flexibility. We know Andrew Friedman loves flexibility.
Before we hear more from our buddy Kevin from the kitchen, live from the kitchen, pre-recorded, I want to tell you guys quickly about our friends at Bet Online. It is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all your sports betting action. Baseball season, as you know, is in full swing. We are deep into the NBA and NHL finals. Those seasons are almost over, paving the way, giving the floor, whatever you want to say, to our lovely beloved baseball. And anyways, enough getting off script. I'll tell you, BetOnline has more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news, and scores, and even live in-game betting while games are being played. The dog days of summer, those are rolling around, and over at BetOnline, they have the largest selection of odds on everything. This is literally everything, unless not, don't quote me on that, but they do have updated odds on MLB, UFC, boxing, tennis, NFL futures. BetOnline remains the best online source for all your sports wagering info. In between games, head over to their live casino. They got the BetOnline casino, it's officially called, but there's top Vegas style games, including poker. There's blackjack, and and also, as I said, a live casino. Anyways, Bet Online, we thank you. I thank you for supporting the brands that support us here at All Dodgers and on the Believe Network. Anyways, Bet Online, the game starts here, and Kevin is back now.
Last thing I want to talk about is a quick Padres series preview. Finally, we get to play the Padres. I think it's ridiculous. I don't know who makes the schedule, but they need to be fired because it should not have taken until June 9th for the Dodgers and Padres to play each other. But we finally get a rubber match in San Diego. It's going to have a little bit of levity. It's going to be a heavy matchup. The teams are separated by one game in the NL West. It is just June, though, so let's not put too much weight into it. But, there are some implications here. The pitching matchups, in my opinion, favor the Padres. Both these teams are really hemorrhaging pitchers right now. The Padres, are without Joe Musgrove, Yu Darvish, and Michael King. Dodgers are without everybody I mentioned before and some. Tony Gonsolin just hit the IL. Dodgers and pitchers' arms are not a good combination. That being said, the Padres do have some of their best or their most biggest contributors in the rotation going against the Dodgers. They're going to be throwing out Nick Pivetta, Dylan Cease, and Randy Vasquez. Nick Pivetta, probably the best of the bunch right now. Unsurprising or surprising, depending on who you ask, but that was a really good signing from them, getting him from Boston. Dodgers are countering with Dustin May, future Hall of Famer TBD, and Justin Robleski. Robo looked all right. Dustin May is a roller coaster. We'll see what version of him we get. And at no doubt will be a loud and raucous Petco Park. That atmosphere is going to be electric. The weak link in this rotation for the Padres, though, might actually be Dylan Cease. He's given up 3 earned runs in each of his last 4 starts. He's still striking out the world, but he's just not looked like Dylan Cease. So he had a clunker. It was his first start, I think, in Atlanta where he gave up like 9 earned runs. He's looked obviously a lot better than that as the season's gone on, but he's allowing a little bit harder contact. He's kind of giving up a few more base runners, so the Dodgers might have their opportunity there. I'm not too much of a predictions guy. It's only June. Who knows kind of what implications it's going to have for the future, but really all I ask is don't get swept. If you leave tied for the NL West lead, awesome, fantastic. You can't get swept. It would be great if the offense kind of picks things up. Maybe Freddie Freeman starts to turn things around. We know he's scuffling a little bit. Teoscar, it would be nice, but he might not be entirely there just yet. We do know he likes to hit in Petco Park, though. So, just look decent. Don't get embarrassed. Don't get swept. That's really all I've got. Couple of pieces of housekeeping before I get out of here. If you were watching this before first pitch on Monday, if you're a YouTube member or a Patreon member, make sure that you are in the Discord. We were having a little watch-along party, so come join us. We're going to be hanging out, chopping it up, and hopefully it goes well. If it doesn't, who knows what state I'll be in that Discord channel. Again, give a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Give a thumbs down for all. If you're a Padres fan and you really just don't like that I said Dylan Cease is the weak link in your rotation, give the video a thumbs down. Subscribe anyway, because maybe I'll keep calling out the Padres if you subscribe. Anyway, my name's Kevin again. Follow me at Skinner7Kevin. This has been the All Dodgers show and something from my kitchen. I don't know. We really got to work on intros and outros, but that's it from me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.